And Jim, you're doing the opening song tonight?
Oh.
Okay, we're live. Yay! I don't know if he's on tonight. I did text him because we did have a little issue, but I don't think he's on tonight. Okay. Or if he is, he's really busy.
I had a question for him on the UTV.
Oh, did you? Yeah, they can't be on county or state roads.
Unless you're crossing.
Yeah. But even that's pretty dangerous.
What?
Being in a UTV or ATV crossing national 164.
Well, 164, the speed
Oh, it's 6 o'clock.
is a little slower.
Yeah.
All right, I'd like to call the Village Board and Plan Commission meeting in order. Everybody please rise to the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call and open meeting law compliance.
President Jeff Millies.
Here.
Trustee Jay Pekka.
Here.
Trustee Gary Finch.
Here.
Trustee Dylan Newman.
Here.
Trustee Jim Hurt.
Here.
And Mr. President, note for record that Mario Rinaldi is here, so you do have a quorum of your village board and plan commission. Mr. President, note for the record also that you're in full compliance with the open meetings law.
All right, I'd like to read the public hearing for the Smart Growth Plan Amendment. Please take notice that the public hearing will be held on a proposed amendment and update to the Village of Vernon Smart Growth Comprehensive Plan. The public hearing will be held jointly by the Village Board and Planning Commission on April 17, 2025 at 6 p.m. at the Village Hall located at W249S8910 Center Drive, Vernon, Wisconsin, 53103. The proposed amendment is intended to update the comprehensive plan land use map and accompanying text to update environmental corridor mapping, reflect changes in existing land use patterns, and provide consistency with adjacent village planning. Copies of the proposed amendment are available at the Village of Vernon website at www.villageofvernonwisconsin.org under public hearings, and for review at the Village Hall by appointment by contacting the Village Administrator Clerk, by mail at the address indicated below, by phone at 262-662-2039, or by email at clerk@villageofvernonwisconsin.org. The public is invited to speak on the proposed amendment at the public hearing. Written comments may be submitted prior to or at the public hearing. Any questions, written comments, or requests for a copy of the proposed amendment should be directed to Administrator Clerk Karen Shu at the Vernon Village Hall, located at W249S8910 Center Drive, Big Bend, Wisconsin, 53103, 262-662-2039. Written comments will be given the same weight as oral testimony and be part of the public record. The Planning Commission and the Village Board will review the comments received prior to the adoption of the plan update. Immediately following the public hearing, the comprehensive land use plan and map, the Village Board and Planning Commission will take public comments regarding amendments for educational, institutional category to the commercial category. There. Public comments. There's no written comments submitted.
No, Mr. President, there's no written comments, no comments whatsoever.
All right, if there are no public comments, I'll close the public hearing. Mario, thank you for coming.
We might need him to adjourn.
I was ready.
Thanks, Mario.
You should have official adjourning of the planning commission? or-
Yeah.
All right, I'll make a motion to adjourn the planning commission. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Ceremonial swearing in the village president and trustees 2 and 4.
Alrighty. Do you want to sit or stand?
I can stand.
Okay, the only bad thing is you won't hear it on the,
Oh, I bet, okay, I can sit then. I just thought it would look better.
Jeff Millies, can you raise your right hand? I, Jeff Millies, who have been elected on Tuesday, April 1st, 2025, to the office of village president of the village of Vernon, swear I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin, and will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of said office to the best of my ability, so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Now, trustee Gary Finch, you ready, Gary? Gary, you gotta raise your right hand. I state your name,
I, Gary Finch,
who have been elected on Tuesday, April 1st, 2025, to the office of village trustee, number 2 of the village of Vernon, swear I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin, and will faithfully and impartially discharge the said duty of said office to the best of my ability, so help me God.
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jim, want to raise your right hand? I, Jim Hurth, I state your name,
Jim Hurth,
who've been elected on Tuesday, April 1st, 2025, to the office of village trustee number 4 of the village of Vernon, swear I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin, and will faithfully and impartially discharge said duties to the said office to the best of my ability, so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you. Congratulations, Jim. Mr. President, you're all sworn in and ready to go.
Oh, exciting. All right. Village of Vernon, Waukesha County, Wisconsin, proclamation. Whereas the office of the municipal clerk, a time-honored and vital part of local government, exists throughout the world, and whereas the office of the municipal treasurer is a time-honored and vital part of local government that impacts the day-to-day life of individuals throughout the state, and whereas the office of the professional municipal clerk provides a professionalism link between the citizens, the local governing bodies, and agencies of government and other levels, whereas municipal treasurer provides the necessary final information to government bodies and agenda at the local, county, and state levels, and whereas professional municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal service to all, whereas municipal treasurers are the official custodians responsible for the proper management and investments of public funds, and whereas municipal clerks and municipal treasurers continually strive to improve the administration of the responsibilities through participation in education programs, seminars, workshops, and the annual meetings of the state, provincial, county, and international professional organizations. For it is most appropriate that we would recognize the accomplishments of the office of the municipal clerk and treasurer. Now, therefore, I, Jeff Millies, village president of the village of Vernon, hereby recognize the week of April 20th through 26th, 2025 as Municipal Treasurers Appreciation Week, and May 4th through 10th, 2025 as Professional Municipal Clerks Week, and further extend appreciation to our professional clerks and treasurer, which includes Terry Winarski, Sue Fisher, Lynn Barnacle, Kelly Kohler, and Karen Chu for the vital service they perform and their exemplary dedication. I'd like to congratulate all these and thank them.
Thank you, Mr. President. And board members.
All right, moving on to public comments. Are there any public comments? Hearing no public comments, moving on to miscellaneous matters. Ordinance 2025-02, an ordinance to adopt comprehensive land use amendments.
Mr. President, I did draft this based upon a comprehensive land use ordinance that was done previously, but I would like to caution the board that this really should be sent to legal just to make sure that everything's correct on it, because it is an ordinance, if you choose to adopt.
You have the Plan Commission adopt this.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
their resolution was in the packet. Mhm.
So I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 2025-02 based on attorney review.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Wisconsin Department of Transportation offered to purchase village property for the reconstruction of the I-43 South 164 interchange and authorize village president to sign the amendment.
Mr. President, I just wanted to state for the record, there were two issues that I was researching for the board. I did contact the DOT. They are researching the issues that we raised, so as soon as the DOT clarifies the two issues that I raised, we'll bring it back. But I just won't copy that whole, because it's been in two of your packets already. Just so you know, I'll probably just put the agreement in and their feedback to the questions that the village president had. Is that okay?
Will there be any change to $9,700?
There might be.
Maybe.
Might be? Okay.
They were not aware of the lease, which,
Oh, okay.
you know, so when I brought that to their attention, they're checking that out and two other issues that, you know, I'd like them to check before the board makes a decision.
Do you have to have a decision by a certain time?
No, they're not in that big of a
Okay.
rush. And I did ask if, sometimes government entities will not make any changes to the agreement, because you need to know that, because if you send it to legal and they won't budge, but they said sometimes municipal attorneys do find mistakes. So if and when you get that far, this again too would be contingent on legal review,
Okay.
if we get that far.
All right.
Sound good? Thank you, Mr. President.
All right. Schedule a village board meeting to discuss ARPA funds and for the borrowing for 2025 capital projects.
Mr. President, by the 30th of April, the board has to make some distinction on where they'd like to put the rest of their ARPA funds. And also, you know, it doesn't have to be immediate, but we should discuss the borrowing issues that are needed for the 2020-25 budget. We're not in a huge rush, but the ARPA one definitely is. We don't have that much money left, but
When are you,
anytime next week.
I'm flexible, any days that don't work for anybody?
As long as it's the times, it's fine.
Yeah, evening, we don't have anything going on in the evening.
Right. Yeah, it's an open week.
Not Thursday, though.
Yeah.
That's the football night.
Hold that. Oh, yes. And Monday, do you have Lions on Monday?
This Monday? Yeah.
Monday, it would be Monday the 21st.
I have one.
So you'd want to look at Tuesday or Wednesday?
Yeah.
Jim?
Tuesday.
Wednesday would work for me.
Wednesday?
Wednesday would work for me.
All right.
Okay, so we'll do it.
The only thing is, do you think you could schedule it at, this is like a meeting, we have to be here?
Yes,
Yeah.
It's gonna be here.
You know, since it's not a regular board meeting, would you be able to schedule at 6:30, just for enough lead time for myself?
whatever the board decides, I'll be whatever time the
That's
board.
fine. That'll be fine.
Does that mean the difference between taking a shower before you're coming or not?
I mean, you know, just come home, get ready and come here.
All
Right.
So 6:30 Wednesday,
The 23rd.
the 23rd. We need a motion for that, or we good with the consensus?
Consensus is fine. Did you want to take the sheriff, the deputy?
Yeah, because right now we're at the ATV and UTV use of vehicles in the village of Vernon. And I had a couple of questions for you, deputy.
Sure.
We were looking at Muskogeo's ordinance, and in there, they were saying that neighborhood electric vehicles, golf carts, dune buggies, mini truck, track vehicles, or vehicle described in their code, they are not low-speed vehicles. What's the difference from a low-speed vehicle and a high-speed vehicle, or, I mean, what's?
I would have to get back to you on that. I think that would
30 miles an
be,
hour or something like
Yeah.
that, it's a low-speed vehicle.
Because, I mean, unless you actually get a road golf cart,
Yeah.
none of them go that fast, yeah.
correct.
My son's does.
So I just got one, and then, so it'd need a minimum speed of 30 miles an hour to be driving
Something
on,
like that, yeah.
on the road.
As far, yeah, I know the town of Eagle's looking into it, the town of Belfield is. City of Pewaukee, I think, already has one that doesn't allow golf carts. I'd have to look into that as well. But really, it's whatever ordinance you guys set, and then we just have to enforce that ordinance.
Do they have to have headlights and stuff?
Mhm.
They have to have headlights and taillights so people can see at night, right?
It has to
Yeah.
be street ready, doesn't it?
There's nothing
Officer?
about
Has to
turn
have
signals,
headlights and
headlights,
a
taillights.
license plate.
Right.
and
Minimum 30 miles
I
an
think
hour.
even, the golf carts these days have seatbelts on them too.
There's nothing, I didn't see anything about seatbelts in their ordinance, but, but say a motor vehicle, if the speed limit's 45, how slow can it go before you pull them over for too slow?
That depends, because the impeding traffic is kind of open. Some roadways have minimum speed limits, like interstates don't. So 43, you can go as slow as you want, believe it or not. But not as fast as you want. But certain roadways do have minimum speed limits that if you impede traffic, that can be enforced. But if there's separate ones posted, then I'd have to look at for like.
Okay, there's no set standard.
No, as far as I'm aware, no.
Okay. Because I'm thinking if you're in a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit and your golf cart only goes 15 miles an hour, I think that would kind of be acceptable if you're only 10 miles below the speed limit, you know. But there's not too many places speed limit's 25 miles an hour, except for maybe a subdivision.
Yeah, subdivision roadways, yeah.
Does the board want to look at other municipalities' examples? Because he only asked for Muskego, but if Pewaukee,
I suppose it wouldn't hurt.
yeah, I'll get a couple more for you to,
Okay.
so you can take a look
Yeah.
at several before you.
Yeah, the town of Delafield, I think, just started looking into it. Town of Eagle, I think, is looking further along, but I think the city of Pewaukee does have one. It's just, I think theirs is based on a season. I think during winter.
Well, and each one of those municipalities that you talk about, our municipal attorney is in their municipality, so the legal issue would be a lot simpler
Village
than,
of Greendale has one too.
oh, do they? Wow.
Now, they can drive on our road in Vernon, but does that mean they can't drive on National?
Yeah.
That would be, yeah, that's a county highway, so. it
So
could
any
be
county
strictly-
highways are out, so that's.
Right.
that's-
Crossing.
Yeah,
Yeah, they can cross it, but that's it. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna get some stuff.
I'll get some more examples for the board. Is that,
Yeah, I could be good, because I kind of was reading through over Muskegos and kind of thought a couple things seemed a little odd to me, and I'd like to see other communities worded it.
yeah, I can have, if we need to look into something for you, we can surely do
Okay.
so. But
I thought way back was the board discussed this, and we decided it was allowed for farmers to drive their ATVs on the roads, and they'll get from field to field. But I don't remember ever discussing anything about anything else besides that on the roadways.
I've been here 13 years, I don't know that I've ever seen an ATV or UTV on the roadway in Vernon area.
So,
have you seen farmers drive? I mean, I've seen farmers, but they're in their field.
Farm equipment, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
No, he said farmers using ATVs or UTVs.
Yeah, I haven't run across it, but,
I don't think many of them do have them, but you see them, once in a while, you'll see them running from one field over the other
Right.
field or something, you know, or back to the
yeah, that
other
may be
field.
just cross roadways or.
Yeah. Which, you know, I'm completely fine with, you know, it's part of their operation,
Yeah.
so. All right, we had your sheriff's report in the packet. Do you have anything you want to comment on or need from us, or while you're up
We
here?
don't have anything for you.
Okay. I was wondering, total calls for service is at 51. Is that during the burning patrol times, or is that,
No,
24 hours a
strictly
day.
during the second shift burn-in patrol hours.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything else isn't included between day shift and third shift.
all right, and foot patrol is when the car breaks down?
No, that'd be like building checks, like walking into any local business,
Okay.
making
I
citizen contact.
don't think I've ever seen that one besides zero. I was just kidding.
Yeah, we're not having the deputy walk out, you know, do whatever they want on patrol on foot, so.
All right, I don't have any other questions. One, do you guys have anything you wanna ask? All right, well, thank you. Thanks for your
You're welcome.
service.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll get another ordinance from another community, go over and look at and compare. Personally, I don't have a problem with developing something, we just gotta be within reason.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right, so should we just table that till next meeting, or what do you wanna do?
Yep, that sounds good.
Need a motion on that, or just consensus?
You can do, if, whatever the board wants. I can do it, board agreed by
Consensus.
consensus? Okay.
All right, next on the agenda, Jose Guerrero contesting Vernon invoice numbers 93455 and 94126.
Mr. President, I did send the attorney's response to Mr. Guerrero. I have not heard from him, but I wonder if it would be better for the board and Mr. Guerrero to write down what he's looking for. You've obviously saw the exchange between the planner, the village attorney. Should I ask him for that and then come forward? He travels a lot, so I'm not 100% sure he could get here tonight.
Good, I just have a hard time
Yep.
trying to figure out a way to reduce his fees, because
Right.
it's gonna set precedent,
Yep.
and I don't have a good reason,
Yeah, unless the board wants to act, you're absolutely fine with that.
unless he can provide us some other reason, we're not,
Well, you can see there was no duplication.
no.
I mean,
And this was by his request initially.
right, because he thought there was a conditional use permit on the property, which there was not one. And then he had questions about it is a legal non-conforming use, and he had legal questions, and the real estate agent everybody had all these questions.
How many times does this come up? 3 or 4 times?
Oh, there's usually, well,
I mean,
it's a little bit different now with Ramsey's there.
Yeah.
If the planner feels there's legal issues, then we absolutely call them in. But if we're reviewing a plan commission agenda and the planner doesn't feel there's any legal issues, then we don't bring them in.
Okay.
We were before, and we had a lot of review of people's accessory buildings, and we're just trying to bring legal in when we need to, not for every little thing.
Wow, maybe we have to table this to the next meeting and see if he comes. If he doesn't, we can vote on it anyway.
Right, and it'd be nice if he suggested to you what he's looking for.
Right, that would be nice if he put it in writing, and then we can figure it out.
Okay,
But, just reducing things for the sake of reducing things,
right,
there has to be a reason for it.
right.
Yeah.
So you want me to contact Mr. Guerrero, and then we'll place this as soon as he can come before you?
Sounds good.
Okay. Is that a consensus, or do you?
consensus.
Everybody shaking their head, yes.
That okay with you, Dave?
Okay, report on RFP for refuse and recycling for the village of Vernon.
Mr. President and board members, subsequent to our last meeting, the county wanted to include Vernon and the municipalities that are looking for new RFPs for refuse and recycling. And the administrator at the county asked if we could do it just a 6-month contract with our vendor while they can't get it done by the end of the year. So if the board members don't mind, I would tell him thank you, but no thank you. I'll write the RFP that we need to do for our community.
Right.
And nothing against the county, it's nice that they thought of us, and they're thinking if they had more people involved, but I can't believe any municipality would want to do a 6-month contract with any vendor. So I just wanted to give you that update of where we're at with the county, so we'll just focus on Vernon. Is that okay with the board?
Sounds good.
Okay. So I'll bring that, as soon as I get it drafted, I'll get it to you to look at. And Jay, I noted for the record that you didn't participate in the discussion whatsoever.
I'm hiding right now.
I'll note for the,
On this one,
Jay, I'll note for the record that you didn't participate in the discussion at all.
thank you.
I mean, trustee Peck, I'm sorry.
Moving on to appointments. Reappointment of Jane Brown to the Village of Vernon Fire Commission, term ending 4/30/2030.
Those are all 5-year terms.
I'll make a motion to approve Jane Brown, to the Village of Vernon Fire Commission.
I'll second that motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Reappoint Jeff Millies to Plan Commission to a 2-year term ending on 4/30/2027.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? I'll abstain from voting. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes with 1 abstention. Appoint Jamie Schlesman to serve on the Village of Vernon Plan Commission for a term ending 4/30/2027. I did confirm with Jamie again the other day. And
I know, I just texted him, he said, yeah.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Reappoint Dylan Newman to serve as the Vernon's liaison to the North Prairie Joint Municipal Court.
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Motion passes with 1 abstention.
And that was trustee Newman for the record.
Moving on to correspondence and announcements and reports. What did I have? Just wanted to welcome Jim to the board. Hopefully that first packet he received didn't scare him. Did want to mention that with the ATV and UTV discussion, I've had 2 people actually request that to be on the agenda if they want that to be in Vernon. So it's some interest in the community about that. Unfortunately, the golf courses are located on county roads, except when Oakdale does have a village road on one side, or Morningstar, Oakdale, but yeah, so it's a little more challenging where you need the golf cart. And that, I'd just like to wish everybody a happy Easter. Trustee Becca?
Well, I'd like to wish everybody a happy Easter, and I notice a lot of people are out working in their yards. Just be safe, especially working with a chainsaw or even a trimmer. Make sure you have eyeglasses on. But, well, one thing I'm a little worried about is our fire department, because the referendum got shot down. Jeff and my fellow trustees here, we're really gonna have to get a contingency plan going on what's going to happen after the first, because I believe, Jeff, correct me if I'm wrong, the money paid right now is coming from ARPA funds?
You can't, you're making your announcement, there's no dialogue, you just have to make your announcement.
Oh, okay.
So, no answer for you.
It's the law, Jay, we didn't just make it up, it's the state.
Okay, I didn't know that, but,
Anything else?
Nope, that's about all.
Trustee Fish?
Yeah, I got a phone call about brush pickup, and other people have mentioned it to me, and I think, I can't remember the name, she called us, but she could hold you. Kim? Yeah. She got a hold of us and stuff and talked about, and you see piles of sticks out there and that. We must not have handled it good that we said we weren't gonna pick them up this year. We need to come up with a plan and to pick up, and she was willing to pay up to $50 to have us come around and pick up. So if we go to something where we do it once a year and people pay for it, we have to come up with some sort of way of working that whole thing happening or something. So going forward, I think we need to discuss it. Okay. Get some costs from Brett and stuff of what it costs.
Trustee Newman?
Yeah, I got a couple calls as well about the golf cart UTV ordinance, and I'm all for it. But like he said, I also talked to Kim, and she had quite a few good ideas about the brush pickup thing. I think one of the big parts of it is the timing of it for us, and the getting rid of the wood chips in a way that doesn't cost us a bunch of money. But I'd be all for an idea where you kind of pay to play, I guess, and do something like $50, and we have a preset route where we can be efficient and You know, all the names are on a spreadsheet, we know exactly which houses have it. We're not driving aimlessly up and down streets to say, oh, there's brush up this one, there's not down another.
Yep.
Have everybody registered?
Yeah, essentially.
Trustee Earth?
I just want to thank everybody, and I look forward to spending the next 2 years with you. That's all I have.
Welcome over.
One thing I forgot to mention in the report was Big Ben did approve paying us to take their brush and share the chipper fee.
Nice.
And Brett's gonna give us an update next meeting about that. So if you see Big Ben dropping off brush, that's
All right.
what's going on with that.
Okay, okay.
Treasurer's report, March 2025 reconciliation reports.
Mr. President, the treasurer did put that, his report in your packet, and it's nice to see that it's April 17th and our March reconciliations are balanced. That's a good thing. But Terry just wanted to make sure that he put everything in the packet. We'll run your financials for March March and April for your next meeting.
Okay. The sheriff's report and fire department report were in your packets. Sheriff's report, it seemed pretty quiet this last month, but the fire department was busy. They had a total of 70 calls for March. Village administrator clerk report.
In your packet, I put the Citizens Bank portfolio. You'll see where those millions of dollars are all placed in security so that the money is secure. I just want to know that. And that the auditor likes to make sure that you are actually seeing that. That's why that every time we have a quarterly report, that'll be in your packet. Also, in your packet was an EMS MC 2020-24 year reports. That's the company that now does our ambulance and fire calls. I did a full 2020-24, and I also did a 2020-25 from January till March. And then what I'd like to do is put this on the agenda, run a couple different reports for the board to look at to see what type of report you'd like to see each month. I'm doing a meeting for the bridge project. There's a construction meeting next week, and they anticipate that the Center Drive will be closed and the bridge will start on April 28th. So I'd like to send letters, well, I mean, I can't send letters to everyone, but everybody like on Mound and Center, close to the bridge, just at least that, I'm assuming, and I'll make sure, I'm assuming that they'll contact all the schools, the sheriffs, and
Have a sign out there soon, aren't they, saying bridge closed
Yep.
certain date? Yeah.
they're gonna handle all that.
So it's not a surprise.
And I'll get you, as soon as after I go to that meeting, I'll give you a complete report from that. From the construction meeting, so we're getting close. And that's all I have.
All right, moving on to finances. We had 3 batches. First batch, 2025-0417A, in the amount of $229,208.36. Is there any questions, comments? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve batch 1, 229-208.36 cents.
Motion made by trustee Finch, is there a second? I'll second it. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes unanimously. Batch 2, in the amount of $39,208.28.
Guess I'll make the motion again.
Motion made by trustee Finch, second by trustee Newman. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion? Aye. Opposed, motion passes unanimously. Batch 3, I have the total on that one in front of me.
12,611.33.
Did you see 12,611.33?
Thought I printed it off, but it was on Is there a motion to approve the batch number 3 in the amount of $1,211, was it?
$12,000.
$12,611.33.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion made by trustee Finch, second by trustee Newman. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Village board minutes. We have, April 3rd, 2025. Is there a motion to approve?
Yeah, I looked through it. April 3rd, 2025, I make a motion to approve the village board minutes for that day.
I'll send those as well.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion? Aye. Jim, were you abstaining from it? You weren't here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's,
And then minutes from, next date,
April
April 10th.
That's a short meeting, right?
Yeah, that was a quick one.
I gotta abstain from that one.
No, you weren't here.
That's the Zoom meeting, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the board minutes for April 10th, 2025.
I'll second it. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion? Aye. And 2 abstentions.
Got it.
Announcements. May 1st and May 15th, 2025, Village Board meeting at 6 p.m. May 14th, 2025, Village Board meeting and Plan Commission joint meeting at 6 p.m. June 2nd of 25 will be an open book from 3 to 5 p.m. June 12th will be board review from 5 to 7 o'clock. Also, spring brush drop off is in the month of May. Vernon residents can drop off brush Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 3 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. till noon. No drop off on Memorial Day weekend, May 24th through 26th, and the village will reopen at 7 a.m. on May 22nd.
7th.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
So,
Motion made by trustee Pecca, second by trustee Newman. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.